the more we hide from it, the more power it has over us.
Yeah.
And when you lean into it, there's an expression I heard once. There was a guy, a teacher, male teacher with two female teachers, and whenever he did something wrong or missed something, they just touch his arm, but just very lightly or whatever, and he'd stop mid-sentence. He'd stop and he'd go, "What? What did I do? What did I miss?" And a friend of mine said, I was sharing how amazing that was. I'm like, wow, the guy is so humble. And my friend said, yeah, he lays down so fast, they can't hit him. And
That's an interesting way to put it.
yeah. Well, I think that expression can apply to what you're talking about. You can hide about the foster care thing and worry that people might judge you, or you can embrace it. You can kind of lay down with it, so people can't hit you with it. You can make it your own.
Yeah.
I was once coaching a prison inmate who was really worried about people finding out. Once he got out, he was worried about people finding out in his community that he'd been to jail. I said, dude, do you want to know how I imagine I would do it? He said, yeah. I said, I wouldn't want that biting me on the ass, like hang it over my shoulder for the rest of my life. I would proclaim it far and wide. I'd be doing interviews with newspapers. I'd take on some project to help at-risk youth or whatever, and it would become my identity. Yes, I did time, and now this is the narrative. I'm using it now to try and benefit others. Boom. Now it's who you are. Whereas if someone finds out about it, if you've been working for a year for the company, that's how you create drama. Just watch Friends or any sitcom. The way you create drama and comedy is keep a secret.
Yeah.
Last night I'm watching Friends and Monica has lunch with Richard and she's like, don't tell Chandler because he'll freak out. I wanted to slap her. You idiot. If you tell him, he won't like it. You'll talk about it. He'll probably get over it. But don't tell him. He finds out and you hit it. Now you've got a betrayal. Drives me bonkers. I still watch it. I love the show. But it drives me bonkers. That's how you create drama. Take your own wounds, embrace them, make them public. That's my bias anyway. It doesn't work for everybody. And I love what you said, Stefan. There's a difference between secrecy and privacy. Because I used to think I have to share everything now with the world. And a friend recently said, you have a right to privacy. Maybe some things like it's not anybody's business but mine.
And you have a responsibility to keep your boundaries up, because maybe you want to share all the stuff that, like, some people would say, well, this person doesn't have filters, or don't tell them stuff because they might share that. Or you could say, you know what, I'm going to keep what other people want private, to respect their boundaries, and stuff that puts me out there in a vulnerable way, but is maybe helpful to others, healing, or gives them some sort of insight. That stuff I'll share. I won't hold back. Yeah.
Yeah. What a caveat, though. I think it's people will tend to more secrecy than is appropriate. And I'm an evangelist for speaking 30% more of your truth than you're currently speaking. You don't have to speak all of your truth. 30%. I just coached an executive at a company, and she said she was having a salary negotiation. And she said, yeah, I think it was awkward. I think my boss was visibly awkward. And I said, did you name it? Did you say it? And she said, no, I talked about my experience, but I didn't say that my boss seemed a bit awkward and check in with her to see if she was. I'm like, well, you could go to that extra level of like, hey, it seems like this might be a bit of an awkward conversation for both of us. Would that be right? Let's just name it and get on the same page.
Yeah, I love that. That's like addressing the elephant that's in the room. and it
Or
takes the power all the away from that elephant.
yes, look, if I write a book on this, and I think I will, it'll be address the mouse in the room.
Ah,
Because the elephant in the room, yes, big stuff. Oh my God, I can't believe people aren't even addressing something huge. But address the mice in the room. A little
yeah.
thing like, oh,
It feels like an elephant, but it's actually a mouse.
it might be, oh, I just said something and then you pause and I'm wondering if I offended you. Was that insensitive, what I said? Boom, be a mouse. And they're like, oh, no, it wasn't. But thanks for checking. You want to
Yeah.
name the subtle things. And this is a lifelong practice. I only got introduced to authentic relating practices in the last year and a half. And I'm very excited about them because you need to reveal your experience to yourself first. Oh, this is what I'm feeling. Oh, this is what I'm thinking about the person. Oh, hey, I can check it out. I just made up a story that you might be a bit standoffish because of something I said last week, and I'm kicking myself. Is that true? It's it seems so simple, but I call it an advanced practice because most of us we're not taught to even know what's happening in ourselves. So how are we going to reveal it to somebody else?